You got Jared Anderson, who calls himself Big Baby, and I swear he's called himself the real Big Baby before. And then, of course, you got Jarrell Miller, who calls himself Big Baby. I think he was the first one in professional boxing, at least, to call himself Big Baby. Now, Jared Anderson, a young guy, whatever he is, 22, in this particular tweet, he is refuting this supposition, this assumption that his recent tweets where he was talking about beating up your favorite heavyweight in sparring, he's refuting the suggestion that he's talking about Tyson Fury. I do wonder who else he could be talking about, to be fair. Tyson Fury is a very popular fighter in boxing. What other very popular heavyweights is Jared Anderson sparring for it to not be Tyson Fury? You let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But anyway, Big Baby. There can only be one Big Baby in the heavyweight division. I think we need to have a fight for the right to call themselves that between Jared Anderson and Jarrell Miller. I'm not sure whether Jared Anderson's people would want to do that right now. Jarrell Miller, more experienced as a pro, very big man. In this particular video on his Instagram account, he's hitting pads and he looks like he's over 300 pounds, well over 300 pounds, maybe 350. The last time he fought, he was around 300 pounds, wasn't he? There or thereabouts. Here, he looks 350. Is he higher than 350? He's a huge man. I don't know whether that's because he's off the juice. Some people might say he's doing more juice than ever. He might be one of them guys that just never learns his lesson. I don't know. But either way, they need to settle the score in terms of who has the right to call themselves Big Baby. I think it's a good fight. And I wonder if there's any kind of tension between them because of Anderson calling himself Big Baby or the real Big Baby in the past. Or perhaps they're friends and it's just a bit of light banter between them. You let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if you've got any info on it, then drop that in the comments below. And let me know how you think a fight between Jared Anderson and Big Baby Miller would go. Do you think Jared Anderson's people would be willing to take that fight anytime soon? And yes, Jarrell Miller is coming back. He served his 2-year ban. And because of the restrictions that we've seen in the world over the past 18, 19, 20 months, whatever it is now, his ban wasn't actually that bad, was it? Because a lot of other heavyweights haven't been active over the same time period because of all the restrictions. So he didn't miss out as much as people would have liked to have seen him miss out, or as much as we would have expected him to miss out by way of activity, because everyone else was kind of in the same boat by default. So let's see what, and you know, I've always liked Jarrell Miller as a character in a boxing sense. He might be a scumbag and all that outside the ring, but I'm talking about as a character in boxing. I always liked him because he's very bullish. He sticks it on people. And in the ring, he fights that way. He's very bullish and he just stick it straight on you. I want to see if he's still got the same. I have to imagine he can't have the same kind of work rate if he's clean at 300 and something pounds as he would have had when, or as he did have when he was on all kind of stuff, right? They were calling him Big Pharma rather than Big Baby. The Big Pharmacy. Surely he can't have the same level of punch output and stamina if he's genuinely clean. We'll see. Maybe he's just that kind of freak of nature. But yeah, that would be an interesting fight against Jared Anderson. Miller, very cocky. Both guys cocky. Anderson is cocky. I know he speaks well in interviews and all that, but the more you watch him, you realize he's a cocky guy, which is a good thing for a boxer to think of himself very highly. You need that kind of confidence in boxing, particularly at the highest level. And the press conferences and the build-up to a fight between Jared Anderson and Big Baby Miller would be hilarious. Big Baby Miller, as I say, aggressive in the ring, huge man. The novelty of having such a huge man walk people down, walk through their shots, to me was quite entertaining. He isn't the biggest one-punch knockout artist, but his physical presence was immense in the ring. I mean, this guy used to ragdoll 250-pound men. You know, how would it be with Jared Anderson? Would he be able to ragdoll Anderson? Would Anderson be able to get around him? And if he can get around him, for how long? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. The fight for the right to call themselves Big Baby.